Hello, dear students. Welcome back to your English class. And today we are going to begin your another book, that is Hornbill. The first chapter is The Portrait of a Lady. So the word portrait is very familiar to you. You can see the picture. It's a kind of art piece. But this chapter is telling us the details of the lady. So you have the portrait of the lady but in textual form. This is written by Khushwant Singh. He is an Indian writer in English. His prominent work, very popular, is Train to Pakistan. He is also famous as a journalist. This prose piece is from his collection of stories, thought-provoking tale of the relationship of author and his grandma. So in this way, this is a kind of autobiography. Some autobiographical element of the author is there. So this chapter tells us the beautiful relationship of Khushwant Singh and his grandmother. The grandma is a stoic person who doesn't change with circumstances. She is very strong. So the author's grandparents, we get the first information in the chapter, in the text, is about the grandparents of Khushwant Singh. Grandmother, too old and wrinkled, very old and wrinkled, difficult to believe once she was young. She is so old that it is very tough, it is unbelievable for Khushwant Singh that his grandma was young once. Grandfather's portrait was in the drawing room. Grandfather was dead. His portrait was there hanging in the drawing room. He wore a big turban, white beard that covered his chest. So he had a long beard and he wore a big turban. Difficult to accept his grandma to be the wife of his grandfather. Okay, he thought that his grandma was very old, but his grandfather was even older to him. He thought that this person could only and only have grandchildren. He could not have a wife. So for him, this thought that his grandma was the wife of this person, his grandfather, was again like next to impossible for him. So in this way, author's grandma used to walk. Author's grandmother's appearance, she was short, fat, and she was slightly bent. Her face crisscross of wrinkles, full of wrinkles. She was not pretty, but beautiful. So here you get two words which can be understood as synonyms, but they are not. Pretty means outer beauty. Beautiful means she was beautiful from inside. She was a very good person. She was a very good as a person. Okay, appearance wise, she was not pretty. Hobbled around, moved around with white garments. She always used to wear white garments, and we know that in Hindu custom, in the previous times, the ladies who were widow used to wear this. So this can be the reason she used to wear white garments. Her lips constantly murmured inaudible prayers. Her lips were always moving and she always was singing prayers, but those were inaudible. Chanted rosary beads. Okay, this is a kind of you can say a kind of religious beads. Those are counted and the prayers are sung. Ethereal beauty of old landscape. So this is unreal beauty of old landscape and expanse of pure white serenity. So grandmother's beauty is compared with the beauty of landscape, which is very peaceful, which is very calm, which is very white, which is very pure. So all these qualities were there in the grandmother. So she has been compared with landscape. Now, author's childhood in grandma's company. Parents left the author with grandma because parents wanted to get settled in the city first. So they left narrator with the grandma. Grandma readied him, made him ready to school every day. It was grandma's responsibility. Grandma sang morning prayers, hoping the author to remember. Okay, she deliberately sang the prayers loudly so that Khushwant Singh also get to learn these prayers by heart. Readied his bag, breakfast, and accompanied him to school. So this was again grandma's whole responsibility to make his bag ready, to make him ready, to get his breakfast ready, and she also went to the school with the narrator. Sat by the priest, led back home, and threw stale chapatis to dogs. This was their routine. Author used to sit in the school, and grandma used to sit by the priest because the school was attached with the temple. Okay, grandma read scriptures and he did his studies. Then they both came back home, and on the way, grandmother threw stale chapatis to dogs. This was their childhood routine. Then, turning point in friendship of author and the grandmother. Author moved to city school, learned maths, science, and music that grandma disapproved. So here you can see that grandma was of a very conservative thinking. She was of that traditional thought. She thought that these maths and science and music, these should not be taught to the children, especially music. Music, she believed, had lower association. She thought music is meant for beggars. So she did not like that her grandson was learning music in the school. Distressed about no teaching on God. She was very upset that there was no teaching on God in his new school. Unable to help him in studies. So grandma did not know anything about math, science, or music, or the modern subjects. So she could not help him in studies. Rarely talked to her. Grandma rarely talked to Khushwant Singh because now they did not have anything in common to talk to. So they rarely talked. Bond grew weaker now. How? Author went to university, lived in separate rooms. By now, they were living in the same room. At least they were sharing the room. Okay, they were not having much to talk about, but they were living in the same room. There was a bond of affection. There was a link there. But now, when he went to university, they lived in separate rooms. So that last bond was also snatched away. Grandma accepted her seclusion, her loneliness with resignation. Okay, she just submitted herself and she just accepted. Okay, he will have now to live in his own separate room, and he just accepted. She accepted her loneliness. Grandma spent time alone. She sat by the spinning wheel. This picture you can see, this is the spinning wheel. At that time the ladies used to do this since morning till evening. So she sat by the spinning wheel, reciting prayers and in the company of sparrows. Happiest half hour of the day for her, feeding the sparrows. Okay, for the whole day she used to spin the wheel. The grandson, she did not have much to talk about with her grandson or the family members. She was all alone. So the happiest half an hour was when she fed the sparrows. She enjoyed the company. Author went abroad for higher studies. So because of this, bond grew weaker. Author went abroad for higher studies. Author was sure grandmother would be upset. He knew that his grandmother loved him very much, and when any family member who's very close to you comes to know that you are going away to abroad, definitely one would get upset. So author was sure. He felt he may not be able to see her grandma after his return as she was very old. So he was not sure whether he would be able to see his grandma when he would come back from abroad. Maybe she may die because she was very old. Grandma did not become sentimental, but it was contrary. Whatever the narrator thought, grandma came out to be very strong. She was not upset, she was not sentimental when she came to see him off. She kissed his forehead, which the author felt to be the last sign of physical contact between them. When the author was going abroad, the grandma kissed Khushwant Singh's head and forehead, and he thought that it could be the last physical contact. Maybe that he would not be able to see him again when he would return. Grandmother celebrates author's return, and grandma, she is very fine when author returns, when narrator returns from abroad after 5 years. She is all okay. She celebrates. But that was not so. That was not so means in the previous slide, the last line was narrator thought that it could be the last sign of physical contact between them, but it was not so. Means grandma was all okay and they physically saw each other when he came from abroad. He came back. Author returns from abroad. Grandma, who is generally composed, calm, behaves strange. Grandma, who used to be very serious and very calm and very peaceful, she started behaving strangely. How? Thumps a drum and sings all evening, sang of the homecoming of the warriors, didn't listen to anyone. She was very calm kind of lady, but today when Khushwant Singh, her grandson, returned, she was actually so happy that she started beating drums, she started singing songs like the warrior comes after the war winning. So she also thought that the grandson had just made a victory and he had come back. So she started singing and she sang all evening. For the first time she did not pray. Okay, the time of praying she was singing. Next morning she felt sick. Okay, because she got tired. She was very old and she was beating drums and she was singing loudly. So of course she actually strained herself, and because of that she felt sick. Doctor told it was just mild fever. When the doctor was called to check, he said it is mild fever. Grandmother passes away, sparrows mourn. Grandmother falls sick and refuses medicine. Spends last hours chanting, knowing her death was near. When the doctor asked her to relax and rest, she wanted to be alone and she wanted to just pray. She was actually regretting that she had forgotten to pray when her end time was near. Although doctor said that it was just a mild fever, but she believed that her end was near. So she asks her family member to go out of the room because she wanted to pray. Passes away peacefully. She passes away. Author's mother offers breadcrumbs to the sparrows. Sparrows come as the time was already decided by grandmother and sparrows. It was their daily routine. Sparrows came on their time to have fun with the grandmother. So, but grandma was dead, and author's mother felt very pity on sparrows. She was feeling sorry for the sparrows. So she offered breadcrumbs to the sparrows, and see what happened. They didn't eat. Sparrows, they did not just come for the breadcrumbs to the grandmother, they came for affection, they came for love. So animals also understand these emotions. Sparrows did not eat, fly away after grandma's body was taken. Sparrows even did not chirrup. They were very silent, they were very quiet. And when grandma's dead body was taken away, the sparrows silently flew away without any sound. Showed their tribute to the old lady who fed them every day. So in this way, these sparrows showed their tribute to the old lady, to the grandmother who fed them every day. So this is the story. This happens. This was the relationship of Khushwant Singh and the grandmother in the childhood. Then when they came to city, and when then Khushwant Singh went to abroad. These were the changes in Khushwant Singh's life and grandma's life, and how grandmother actually, you can say, was waiting for Khushwant Singh, and when Khushwant Singh came, the next day she died. So this was the beautiful relationship. This was just the overview of the chapter. From the next class onwards, we'll be having the detailed study of the text. Have a good day.